Hey guys, today I'm filming my Shop My Stash for April. This is my second month using my spraying makeup products. I really had so much fun using the products last month. I'm excited to pick a new variety of things. So starting with a recap of the lip products that I used last month. I had so many great things here, and I've got a couple of combos, some chopping block lippies, favorites, and some new products. So starting with the first combo, which would be 3 Lawless products. Starting with the lip liner in Pink Slip. This is a great formula. Lipstick in Daisy Girl. And the lip gloss in Lavender Sorbet. The second combo is one that I tried and loved last year. This is a limited edition ColourPop lip liner in Birdie. Such a perfect spring pink for me. And then over top, I use the Buxom Plump Shot in Flush, just like a pretty NARS Orgasm-esque, but it's very, very sheer. It's almost clear, it just has a little bit of shimmer. And then as much of a cult classic as White Russian is, it can be a little bit light on me, so I decided to pair it with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Aquarius, which is a gorgeous pinky nude, and I loved this combination, which makes me so happy. So I should be getting some more use out of this gloss, and I need to use my lip liners more anyway. Then for some chopping block lippies, I have this L'Oreal oil infused lip gloss in Feathery Fleur. I love the formula. I just cannot stand the scent, but the color is really pretty. So I'm going to keep this one for now. I'm still not totally sure. Same with this, the Buxom Powerful Plump in the shade Inner Glow. It looks pretty warm here, but on my lips it is like a pinky peach. Still undecided on this one. Then I have these glosses that I love. These are from last year. This is the Lip Polish in Whitney and the Lip Cream in Negroni, my perfect spring pinks. And then the new lippies I tried be the Flower Beauty Gloss Crush Lip Serum in Honey Crush and Bronze Crush. These are really nice, but a little bit on the more sheer side, so you don't need that many shades. So now let's go through my everyday basket. Just this morning, I finished up the Dr. Brandt Pore Refiner Primer in the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Skin Tint. So that's super exciting. I'm not going to bring in a different pore filling primer. I actually don't really have any, which was like the goal. But I am gonna play around with some different foundations this month just to see what sort of combo I want to work on. But to show you what I've got here, Benefit POREfessional Super Setter in Urban Decay packaging. This is my primer and setting spray. I have just a little bit left of this Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I still have my Lawless foundation in here, which is my lightener. We'll see, depending on the foundation that I pick. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I was able to pull the stopper out, so this should be done in a couple weeks. Speaking of, this should be done in one day. This is my Rare Beauty Liquid Highlight, which makes me so happy. Still working on my combo of my Huda Beauty Color Corrector and the Tower 28 Concealer, Estee Lauder Concealer for my blemishes, Anastasia Eye Primer, Flower Beauty Low Light Liquid Contour in my Merit Cream Bronzer. Something new since last time would be this sample of the Westman Atelier Cream Blush and Petal. Still got my Dermablend powder, my Jaclyn Glowy powder, and then Kosas, my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and the Too Faced. I'm keeping my Anastasia Birkin and Bengal in here for when I need them. I do need to pull a new Precisely My Brow Pencil, but I'm still working on these other Benefit brow products, although I want to look back to see when I started using this Gimme Brow. I think this is going to be the last month. I feel like it's dry now, and I'm mostly noticing hairs in here. I don't think fibers, I think they're my hairs. Still working on my Laura Mercier Kiss from a Rose Caviar Stick. I've got my KVD tattoo liner in here. I need to bring in a different mascara primer, but then I'm using the Lancome La Hypnose 8 and the Tarte Tartelette Tubing Mascara on my upper lashes, and then the MAC Giga Black Lash on my lower lashes. And these are my primer setting shades. So like I said, I need to pull a mascara primer and a brow pencil. All right, so now on into the drawers. I do need to bring in some foundation options. So I did recently purchase the About Face Performer foundation in L1 Neutral. I previously had tested out the warm shade, so we'll see if this one works better for me. And then I think I'll take the Smashbox Always On foundation just to try this one out. I have F10 Warm. And then this is something I was thinking about panning, so I went to play with it. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover in 1-in-1 Ivory Nude. I can't remember if this is too dark or too light for me. If it ends up being too light, I will finally try out the Drunk Elephant Debronzy Drop. So we'll see. I can't remember if it is or not. And then if it is too dark, I will mix it with that Lawless foundation. Then I did get 2 new pot concealers to test out. The NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Light 1 Chantilly. And the REM Beauty Sweetener Concealer in Fair 5W. Next drawer has my powders, bronzers, and highlighters. And I am going to be keeping in Nabla Ozone and Benefit Tickle highlighters. I told you guys that last month. And then I'm going to rotate in some chopping block highlighters. So my chopping block highlight for this month is going to be Sigma's Moonbeam. I feel like the individual highlighters aren't as creamy or easy to apply as the ones in the face palettes or the duos for some reason, but I really want to give this a fair chance and try it with some different brushes. And then the bronzer I will use this month would be the Cult Classic Marc Jacobs Tantastic. Definitely would love to get some more use out of this. It is a really nice option. Okay, so next we have got my blushes, and I think I will take these 2 from Bare Minerals for my cream options. These are the Bounce and Blur blushes. They were discontinued. We've got Pink Sky. And the other shade is Coral Cloud. So excited to get some use out of those. And then I think I'll take these also, the Laura Geller Serum blushes. These are 2 original shades, but they have launched more. This is Poppy Peach. And the other shade is Practical Pink. Then for powder blushes, from M Cosmetics, I want to take the 2 of these Chunky Monkeys. This is Magic Hour. And then I also want to bring in Cherub, which is something that I had initially thought would be good for summer, but I do think I might like this in spring. And then I also want to bring in these RMS Redimension blushes. The first color is French Rosé. And then I also have Mai Tai. I wasn't sure if I would like these better spring or summer, but let's give them a whirl. And then for face palettes, I want to use the Jouer Champagne and Macarons Sweet Cheeks, which has 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight. So I will definitely use all the products in here. I love this palette. And then I have these 2 chopping block blush palettes, and we'll see if I get to these. But this is the Pat McGrath Bridgerton palette. I know I love this blush. This one's a little bit bright for me, and this is a beautiful highlight, but it's a little bit dark. So we had Cherished Nymphette and Venus Nectar. And then I also have the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism Blush palette. I love the Moon Prism, which is back there, but I definitely need to give this one more love. I mean, these are very summer colors, but not really the other shades. So if I've got time, I will play with those as well. So what a nice mixture of favorites and chopping block or neglected things here. Okay, so then we've got my backup drawer, which is an absolute hot mess, but I need to take one of my Benefit Precisely My Brow pencils because it's spring. I want to use the lighter color, which is one Cool Light Blonde, and then I need a mascara primer, and I really want to test out the Too Faced Better Than Sex Foreplay Mascara Primer, and those are all the products I need from this drawer. So on the right hand side, my top drawer is where I have mascaras, pencil liners, and shadow sticks. I don't need anything from here. I still have in my makeup basket all of the spring liners that I have. Now we have singles and small palettes. So I cannot believe that I did this. I never take apart my Natasha Denona palettes, but these three are from the Coral palette and these are from the Jubilee palette. And I feel like I would actually get a lot of use out of these in spring. They're great spring shades and I think will be good for me to leave my makeup basket for this month and next month. These mattes seem like great ones that I would get a lot of use out of. Then for other everyday eyeshadows, I want to take these Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pots, one of my favorite formulas ever. This first color is Froze, which is like a NARS Orgasm type of shade. Would also be beautiful in the summertime. And then this was a limited edition shade, and this is Paradise Found, which is just a really pretty champagne color. And then even though colors are similar, I want to get some use out of M Cosmetics Magic Hour. So this is similar to Paradise Found and this one to Froze, but I want to play with this more. And these three mattes are very similar to these three Natasha Denona mattes. So I want to play around with this and see if maybe I don't need this. Maybe it's something that I could consider selling. Not giving away because it was pricey for a tiny palette, but I would love to get some use out of that. And I think that's all I'm going to take from here. And so for my large palettes this month, I want to go with Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic. A lot of really stunning colors here. And I also want to use the Sugar Drizzle Sugar Dreams palette. I was obsessed with so many looks I created last year. And then I will also take these two Kaleidos palettes. I don't know that I'm going to get to everything, but I'm definitely going to prioritize the Glaminatrix because that one is new to me. But this is Kaleidos Lunar Lavender, some of the best matte purples I've ever worked with, and the shimmers are of course amazing. And then we have Kaleidos Sashimi City. These are really fun neutrals. So for lippies, I did get some new products during 21 Days of Beauty, but none of them are necessarily springy colors. I just want to try them all on to make sure I like the formula and the shades. This one might be nice for spring though. This is the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop Gloss and Butterscotch. There's a little bit of like peachy pink in there. So not very many Chopping Block lippies left. A Cali Ray Gloss, an e.l.f. lip stain, NARS liquid lipstick, and the Naturium lip balm. Here are all of the Jumbo Lip Crayon, bullet lipsticks, and liquid lipsticks I still need to use. And these are all of the lip glosses and one lip stain that I need to use. So here is everything all put away. So we've got my tools here, my small palette, single shadows, and all of my pencil liners, pot concealers, the foundation, and the bronzy drops that I'm testing out. Then all of my blushes and highlighters here. My palettes on the side. In the drawer here is where I put the face palettes just because they did not fit on top. And this is just a little basket with my Project Pan items that are not part of my daily rotation. And then over on the TV tray is my basket with my everyday products and my bronzer because it wasn't fitting in the drawer. And then that About Face foundation, literally the first time I used it, the applicator fell off. So this has been actually like maybe a week later at this point. I returned that. So now I just pulled out 3 other foundations that I haven't used in a while that I just want to get reacquainted with, see if there's anything I might want to pan. So I've got the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie, and the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I wore this one yesterday and oh, it's so good. So I just have those sitting over here because they don't perfectly fit in the organizer. But this is the makeup I'm going to be using for the next month. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.